Yo guys, it's Jitsu, also known as Leon here, and welcome back to a 21-part series of the characters in Overwatch review. So today we're going over one of my favorite characters I've used a lot in the beta, which was D.Va. So if we look at D.Va and the story really behind her, her occupation was actually a competitive StarCraft player as a mech pilot. In the game, you'll see she's listed under tank, and in specifics, she has 150 health without the mech, 100 with the mech, and 400 armor, but that's only the mech. And the abilities are the fusion cannons, boosters, defense matrix, self-destruct, cool mech, and light. So let's get into what this means. Okay, so her first ability is the fusion cannons. Now, this is what the mech is default equipped with, and it's a twin short-range rotating cannon. So it lays down continuous and high damage fire without needing to reload, but it does slow D.Va's movement down when they're being used at that time. The second ability is the boosters, and this is D.Va's mech pretty much launches into the air. As momentum is carrying her forward, she can turn and change directions or barrel through the enemies, knocking them back. So it's more like a little thrust pack in a way that's temporary. It does have a charge cooldown, but we'll get into details for specifics later on in the video. So the third one is the defense matrix, and this is D.Va can activate it when forward facing target array to shoot incoming projectiles out of the air. Now, breaking this down for people who don't really understand what that meant was, let's take a shield. So if we have a shield in front of us, these projectiles are being hit back out into the air. Now, this only works for the forward face of the mech, so if you're being attacked from behind with a shield, it's not going to be useful. Now, the ultimate ability is charged up within game, and it is known as self-destruct. This is when D.Va ejects from the mech and sets its reactor to explode, and it'll deal massive damage to enemies nearby. Then again, if you want to be strategical when you use this, I preferably like to use the boosters and then self-destruct, because it's almost like a flying explosion and it's quite cool to see. But after the self-destruct mech has been destroyed, your character will be D.Va alone, because she's obviously jumped out of the mech, or because someone destroyed the mech, so now you're out and you have to wait for it to recharge. So D.Va's actual main hand weapon is a mid-range atomic blaster. It's kind of like a pistol, but really OP, and it's just known as the light gun. So her final ability is the cool mech. So when you've lost your mech, or the mech has self-destruct, the armor is obviously destroyed, and D.Va can pretty much cool down a fresh mech and return to the fray. Okay, so that has been the abilities, and we'll go into more specifics now. Okay, now let's get into detail of what these abilities statistically have. So the fusion cannons are the first one we're going to go through, and they have a fire rate of 7 RPS, and in terms of damage, it does 0.5 to 3 per pellet, and this would be 8 pellets per shot, and yes, you can get headshots from it. There's no duration, there's no cooldown, and there is infinite ammo. The second ability is the boosters. The boosters have no ammo, no fire rate clearly, and 50 damage when hit into enemies. It has a duration of 2 seconds and has a reload cooldown of 5 seconds. The mech's defense matrix has no ammo, no fire rate, no damage, no headshots, but it has a duration of 3 seconds and a reload cooldown of 10 seconds. The mech self-destruct has no ammo, no fire rate, 1000 damage, cannot give headshot. It's got a duration of 4 seconds charging, and it does not have a reload or cooldown. The pilot light gun, which is D.Va's main hand gun, is a fire rate of 6.66 RPS, a damage of 14. I forgot to mention the ammo was 20, and it can give headshots, and it has a reload cooldown of 2 seconds. Okay, so from my experiences playing as D.Va, I've noticed there's 3 main ways that she can be played. Now, one of them is having a charged fixed position in which you can run into an area with the defense matrix active and pretty much activate the ultimate at that point. So you get a lot more kills, you get a lot more points, you help your team out, and you can progress quicker with the game. I've used her as a harassment tank in which we go behind enemy lines, and it's more or less picking off the snipers and more or less support heroes like Zenyatta or someone like Widowmaker. And the final one is more or less keeping her on top of the payload with another tank or like Reinhardt, and probably a healer like the D.Va and healer gameplay I had up before, in which it's more or less like a god tank where you just sit there destroying everyone as you win. So yeah, that's been it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want a story view, because I'm going to make a new series soon in which it's going to be all about the character's background, their stories. I was going to include D.Va's one in this video, but it's better to leave it separate because it's not an appropriate video for doing a review of the stats in game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace.